Vicky Gallagher says, "Hi, Raf. Can you please let me know if you've lately had a question around Pilates for MS?" That's multiple sclerosis. "I think you covered this topic, but I can't seem to locate it and would like to listen to your views around it. I've just heard that one of my childhood friends has been diagnosed with MS. Thanks." Vicky. Vicky, I don't think I have done one on MS. We did one on Parkinson's a couple of weeks back. So multiple sclerosis is, we don't know exactly what causes it, but most researchers agree that it is some combination of an infection, an autoimmune response, and genetics, where basically killer T cells, which are part of your immune system, cross over the blood-brain barrier and enter into the brain and attack your own nervous system. The myelin sheaths around nerves in the brain, which are basically the insulation of the nerves, which helps the nerve conduct signals very fast. And so when the immune system attacks those myelin sheaths, that can interfere with nerve conduction. So when you interfere with nerve conduction, you get a symptom, widely varying symptoms depending on what that nerve does. So if that's a nerve that, innervates a muscle, well, you're going to have reduced ability to contract that muscle, probably reduced control of that muscle. If it's a sensory nerve, you're going to have, reduced sensation or altered sensation in that body part. If it's a nerve that, feeds back temperature, you're going to get weird temperature sensations. If it's a nerve that's involved in cognitive function, you're going to get changes to cognitive function. You might get symptoms in relation to hearing or vision or speech, wildly varying symptoms, because the nervous system essentially controls every other system in the body. So when you have an issue with the nervous system, which is what multiple sclerosis is, the symptoms can be highly variable. And there are four types of multiple sclerosis, but the two basic types are, of which all four types are one or the other. The two basic types are called relapsing remitting, which is the majority of people have relapsing remitting MS when they're initially diagnosed. So it's typically women between 20 and 50 who are diagnosed. Women are like 3 or 4 times more likely than men to get it. And relapsing remitting is a type of multiple sclerosis where basically there are periods of incapacitation or periods of disease activity where symptoms come and then interspersed with periods of remission, where the symptoms go away and there's either partial or complete absence of symptoms. And when the symptoms return again, which they will, they may return in the same place or they may return in a different place. So people can, get initial symptoms of, visual disturbances or auditory disturbances, and then they might get tingling in their feet the next time or loss of control of their fingers the next time. So the symptoms can vary sometimes, within one person. So that's relapsing remitting. And then typically after somewhere between 10 and 20 years, relapsing remitting MS progresses to progressive, it's called secondary progressive MS, which basically is a slowly progressive form. So basically you stop having the remissions and it just gradually gets worse over time. And by the 20-year mark, something like 90% of people with relapsing remitting MS progress to secondary progressive MS. So there are several drugs that can slow the progression, particularly of relapsing remitting MS. So, that definitely needs to be managed by a neurologist, a specialist in MS. And as to exercise, well, exercise has been shown to be hugely beneficial for people with multiple sclerosis. It probably doesn't do anything for disease progression. So it probably is not going to slow her disease progression, but it definitely will improve her quality of life and prevent her getting other diseases related to inactivity like obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, etc., mental health issues. So exercise is fantastic. And even people with highly progressed MS, even people with severe disability due to MS, can still get benefit from exercise and still improve their cardiorespiratory fitness. So the general recommendations for people with MS for exercise are the same as for everybody else, but you just have to work within their exercise tolerance and capacity. And probably the biggest single issue that is common across people with MS is heat intolerance. Part of the nervous system's job is to regulate heat, body temperature. And so in MS, typically people have real trouble with thermoregulation, regulating their body temperature. So, keeping people cool when exercising is a really good plan. Use fans, use air conditioners, use ice packs, have them clothed in clothing that allows them to remain cool, etc. And typically, if they do overheat during a session, it may exacerbate their symptoms transiently for less than 24 hours, and that is to be avoided. But it's not going to permanently alter the course of their disease. It's just a transient increase in symptoms. But the best plan is keep them as cool as possible. And the other symptoms can be diverse. So people can have cognitive deficits. People can have, balance issues, strength, flexibility. And so basically you just work within whatever her particular symptoms are. And if someone has balance issues, you can improve their balance by practicing balance activities, but just do it in a way that it's safe, so she's not going to fall over, she's got something to grab onto, or, you're there to help her or whatever it might be. And so it's basically just within her physical capacities, including her energy and fatigue state and whatever. It's going to vary from day to day. So just every day you're going to ask her, how are you feeling today? Are we good to go? Is there anything I need to know about? How's your balance? How's your strength? How's your flexibility? How's your mental fog? And just try and keep her as cool as possible whilst exercising. So hope that helps.